years, mortgage marketing was built around one idea: get there first. The first call, the first text, the first lender to reach the borrower. And for a long time, that strategy worked. Because when information was limited, speed created opportunity. But today's lending environment looks very different. Borrowers have more information than ever before, more tools, more resources, more opinions, and more outreach. In fact, many borrowers begin researching the mortgage process long before they ever speak to a lender. They watch videos, read articles, follow industry professionals online, ask questions in forums. And by the time they apply, many have already formed opinions about who they trust. That's why I believe trust is the new speed. That's why I believe one of the biggest shifts happening in mortgage marketing isn't about technology, it's about relationships. Historically, many professionals relied on purchased intent signals. The assumption was simple: if you knew who was in the market, you could compete for their attention. But today, attention is becoming harder to win. Trust is becoming more valuable. Because borrowers aren't simply choosing who calls first, they're choosing who they believe. And that's a very different decision. The professionals who consistently educate their audience are building something much more powerful than awareness. They're building familiarity. They're building credibility. They're building trust before a mortgage application ever happens. And that's important because trust changes behavior. A borrower who trusts you is more likely to answer your call, more likely to ask questions, more likely to stay engaged throughout the process, more likely to refer friends and family later. That's why relationship building is becoming one of the most valuable marketing strategies in mortgage lending. Not because competition disappeared. Competition still exists, but because borrowers are becoming more selective about who they listen to. And honestly, that creates a tremendous opportunity for professionals who are willing to educate consistently. Every video, every post, every conversation, every explanation, those interactions build equity, not financial equity, relationship equity. And over time, relationship equity becomes incredibly difficult for competitors to replace. That's why I believe the future belongs to professionals who own the relationship before the credit pull, before the application, before the rate conversation, before the competition even enters the picture. Because when trust already exists, everything else becomes easier. The strongest mortgage lead isn't necessarily the one you buy. It's the one that already knows who you are. If you found this helpful, follow my credit info for more conversations about credit. And if you know a loan officer or real estate professional trying to grow their business, share this video, because the future belongs to the professionals who educate first.